God's love allows miracles. You guys ready? You ready for some miracles? Okay. Miracles are actually the natural outworking of the laws. There are laws that we are living under. They're the natural outworking of the law. But you cannot see the causal energy. You can't see what created it. And so it is the path of manifestation, but that means things are happening in your reality. But you don't know how, like, what? How did that happen? How did they know? Do you hear what I'm saying? When you get these abundant blessings and you go, what? And it's like, why are you shocked? Yet we are always shocked, aren't we? Like we're not even aware that there is a universal love of God that's supplying our desires and needs through the people we meet, through the places and opportunities. We're all linked into that beautiful energy. Yet we're still shocked when some stranger or someone we don't know very well comes up and says, here, I've got something special for you. Like, oh, that's exactly what I needed, right? When miracles come, we can only see the result of the manifestation, but it is a miracle. I want you to think now about Jesus. When Jesus was in the aquarium, when he was young and teaching, the first thing that he did was he taught. He was a young man teaching in various other faiths. He would say, well, that's not what I feel Father, Mother God does. That's not what my God says this, and my God is love. And so he would gently introduce his concepts into the middle of a very old and ancient rule-based belief. He did it with the Brahmins, the Buddhists. You know, he would just say, well, my God. Some people accepted, some people did not. Sometimes they ran him out of town when he got a little bit older. He went through the teenage phase, just like we all do, where we're sharing our truth with a little bit of conviction. And then he was asked to leave. But he started with teaching. And then he was asked to leave at one point, and he went to China, and then he started healing. So the teaching, he was opening the consciousness of people to God. But when he started healing, we're going to a different level of manifestation, aren't we? We're going into, now he is showing them the consciousness of God's love in this world. Like, let's think about it. Now, let's do it. Do you see that? So his whole energy shifted. Do you think the people that came to him at that point were amazed? Literally amazed. They were amazed. And it said, and he was still not, he had not launched his career in his own country yet. And he would teach them how to do it. He not only healed them, he would teach them how to heal. And so they loved everything he said, and they loved him like they would love a mother, it says. So he was now lifting into another level of consciousness. First, I'm expanding your mind. Now I'm showing you how God love can move through your reality. Then, when he started, we see this more in his work with his own people. When he was 30, they say he started working in Israel, right? Then we see him turning the water to wine. We see him walking on water. We see him manifesting bread, multiplying the bread and fishes and loaves. Now we see his energy moving into a space of literally taking what is, shifting the energy of it, and now it becomes different. In the eyesight of his followers, not hidden, in the middle of the multitudes. Watch this. Look how God can now move through what has been created. So now it's not just through the healing of the body, it's also through the stuff, the energy around us. Do you see it? Okay. When he demonstrated the miracles over matter, is what we call it, matter is an illusion. But when he demonstrated these things, he was showing the power of man as God's child to create in this reality. All right? So man is spirit, and spirit creates matter. Let's rephrase that, since science does tell us, in fact, matter doesn't exist. You guys know that. Everybody say, I know that, I heard that. Matter does not exist. We are in a reality of particles that are moving all the time. Then they're in relationship to each other. These guys are in relationship to become a podium. We're in relationship. You understand? Okay. It is a reality that we help create. Man is spirit, and spirit creates this reality. How powerful are we? That's your law. That is the law of miracles. Man is spirit, and spirit creates reality. Got it? So if you are spirit, you can create. You can move the mountains. You can enact the healing, channel the healings. You can change that which has been created into something else. That is the law of miracles. Got it? Don't feel ready to use it, do you? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I wanted to share just a brief little story in the Aquarian. This is also before he started his ministry. He's in one of the countries that he taught in. It's early in his life. Chapter 41. I'll paraphrase. He's at a healing fount, and the people of that particular faith believed that once a year an angel would come and touch the waters, and then if you were the first ones in the water, you'd be healed, right? And Jesus said, hey, doesn't make sense. If God loves you all the time, why can't you just go to the waters anytime and get healed? And so he said, if you have the faith that these healing waters are potent enough to heal you, go to them now. And the people started rushing to the healing waters like a mad dash. And then it says he saw a little girl. She was weak, helpless, sitting alone among the surging crowd. And there was no one to help her. No one stopped to help her. And Jesus said, my little one, why do you sit and wait? Why not arise and hasten to the fount and wash and be made well? And the child said, I need not haste. The blessings of my Father in the sky are not measured in tiny cups. They never fail. The virtues are the same forevermore. When those whose faith is weak must haste to wash for fear, peoples were watching now because of the faith they had in what Jesus said. They had faith in what Jesus said. And when Jesus left, where would their faith be? Their faith. It would be gone. When those whose faith will fail are gone, I can put myself in the water and they will be just as powerful for me, and I can go and stay a long, long time. And this is what she said to Jesus, the man who just said, go and jump in the water. So Jesus said, why wait? And he lifted her up and he said, there's holy breath. God's is in every breath you take. There's holy breath all around. Breathe in and you'll be healed. And she took a breath and she was healed, and everyone was shocked and amazed. Jesus says, the waters of the fount are love, the potency is faith, and he who plunges deep in the living waters in living faith may wash away his guilt and be made whole. In the story, the child represents that what true faith is. The faith is something that comes inside us, not something that we take from someone else. I mean, we all get inspired, don't we? Inspiration is designed to lift you up, make you think differently. Is that true for me? Oh, I'm gonna own that. And when you start owning it, you start changing, right? We can entertain and think about things, but it's not ours yet. But when we own it, it becomes ours. And that's what faith, when we can have the faith inside us that we are eternal, we are divine, we are all these things. And we don't know how to do it, but we can have faith that it is. Do I make sense? Okay. All right. She was open to God's love and faith, and knowing that you don't know, but a knowing that God does know. I don't know, but God does know. So how do we open to the flow of God's love? Everything we're talking about is a flow of God's love, isn't it? From the inspiration of Jesus' teaching, from the healing of Jesus' teaching, to the manifestation. It's all God love flowing through us, right? All right. So here's your 1, 2, 3s. I know you want this. Your human self wants this, right? Yes. Okay. Number 1, there's 2 releases. Release the opinion of what needs to be. And that's hard, isn't it? Because you know what you need. Dang, I know what I need. I need this and this and this and this and this. I've got my list there. I know exactly what I need. I know what I need. And God goes, okay. Okay, that's okay. You know, I've been moaning about not having our office manager yet. That told me I am missing more than just that. That who I have been calling forth is not exactly what I need. I need that and this. And I was like, oh my God, I never knew I needed that. It was so important to me, but it wasn't on the list of qualities. You know, it wasn't on my list of qualities, but I need that. And so that was Friday night. So Saturday, I'm understanding, and now I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to get. That whole list crumble up. Okay, God, you got us, and I know it's going to be fine. I know we're going to be good. But do you see how long it took me to come to that? Because I've been looking for since a long time anyway. Okay. So releasing the idea of what we think it needs to be allows God to be a part of the process. If you're out on the water, you've been called on the water, don't build a boat. Ask God. God called you out. You did not build your boat and drag it out. God called you out. Ask God to help you. Ask for God to show you what you need. Let God be a part of your process. Can you with me? Release what you think. Let God be a part of your process. And then release unworthiness. And that's your will, by the way. That was your will. Now release unworthiness of not being valuable enough to receive. And that's self-esteem. Now, most of us in metaphysics are like, yeah, I'm a child of God. But deep inside, based on our history, it's not just your parents this lifetime. It's all the lifetimes you've had. You know, maybe you're good at one thing and not another. Maybe my self-esteem isn't that great. Maybe I do not feel worthy to blah, blah, blah. Maybe I haven't worked hard enough to blah, blah, blah. You got to let all that go. If you have to work hard, if working hard equals receiving good, oh my God. Do you know how long you're going to be coming onto this planet? Do you realize how many more lifetimes are ahead of you? Working hard equals receiving good? That is not even the law. As you give, so you shall receive. Working hard means you get more working hard. Self-esteem is very important. I am child of God, and I am ready to know myself as that. Not superior to anything. I'm just child of God, and I know myself as that. Okay, those are your two releases. Release unworthiness and release opinions of what needs to be. You guys got it? Yes. Here's your two opens. Open to divine thought. Open to divine thought. So this is what I do. Today, I'll tell you my first one. When I was first in metaphysics, we did my first fire walk. I walked the fire with my own sense of self. I felt so loved by God, empowered by God. I put on my refrigerator. I walked the fire. I can do anything. I walked the fire. I can do anything. That was my moment that I held to with a mighty, mighty mind. The thought I held, it was a miracle to me that it happened, right? And I held that. What I do today, if I feel any weakness at all in spirit, mind, or emotions, I say to myself, Father, Mother God, Jesus healed the withered hand. You can heal this. And I go back to that picture of when Jesus healed that withered hand for that man. If you can do that, you can do this. And I hold that divine mind thought of a miracle that we would call a miracle, right? That this is for me too. When the divine mind that you have can embody a thought that is for you too, do you feel how expanded you can be? So you have to open this part of you, right? Do I make sense? Okay. The second open is love God as a parent. Your little love becomes one with God when you love God as a parent. Not as something to serve, not as some rule to comply with, but this is Father, Mother, who loves you dearly. You know, who loves you dearly. Love God like that, and then everything starts to connect. Your little love opens to the big divine, and the oneness occurs. God love allows miracles. When you're hurting, guys, and you're thinking you're dying, how much can God love come in? When you're having a miracle thought and saying, God, my Father, my Mother, I know you got me, how much love can come in? Because you're thinking and you're feeling, God, I know you got me, and I'm expecting it. See? So, the heart, when the mind is receptive and the heart is in the flow, God love can allow the miracles in your world, but we have to be open to receive. And can you see that if you feel unworthy, or if you feel it needs to be a certain way, you've blocked it. If you let those go, Say, Father, Mother God, I am yours, you are mine. I'm standing here. Help me, help me. And then when you get the guidance, what do? You do it. You don't say, like Patrick said last Sunday, is there somebody else up there? You'll have to watch last Sunday's service. So when you walk in love of God, you walk outside the box of convention. That's what you have to. This is just it, peeps. The world around us is based on a construct of a belief system that has everything in a precarious balance. It's precariously perched. You realize that. It could come down in a nanosecond. We have to realize it's our choice to stay in that box of conventional reality, or this box. And you can literally live in this box all day long, but live in this box. You can be in the box of spirit while you're in the conventional world, and there's no conflict. There's no conflict at all. You're just thinking, you're being, you're breathing, you're being spirit, and you're blessing that reality. You understand? You're blessing that conventional reality. So this is what Spirit said. If you walk the walk of love on the waters, you are outside the box of conventional precepts. God awareness and activity can permeate all of the details of that conventional reality. The world tells you no, and God says, let's go. Let's go. Do you know how many people I know that are doing jobs that they were not trained for, but yet trained for? Trained for by spirit, and they're dang good at it. But they didn't go through what conventional eyes would say you need to go through first. They went through this way, and they're good. Do you understand? God said, I got you, let's go. We're going to do it this way. Good. Think with me. We can't let that box of what has been created dictate who and what we are. Because if you want to fit in that, you've given up your authority as child of God. I'll say that again. If you want to fit into the world that we've already created, you have given up your authority as child of God. As children of God, we have the right and the opportunity to create a beautiful reality that we love. That we love. It's fun, and we love our conventional world. We love the people. We love everybody, but we're not dictated to it. We're not dictated by it. Okay? All right. When we love God and expect good, our relation flourishes. We are constantly open and receptive. So, releasing will, release your will. Release the idea of a low self-esteem, open to spirit, and love God, and that is your formula for miracles. How simple is that? That's your formula for miracles. Now, you are human. Our beautiful gift to the universe is we are perfecting human emotional bodies. Did you know that? All these emotional bodies, they can go up and down, happy and sad, angry and content. That's our emotional bodies. We are perfecting that so that those emotional bodies can be passionate, loving, and aware of God. Aware of God. So it can be, because our emotional bodies help us create. You realize that. Our minds, our hearts, and that beautiful energy. We are perfecting this. This is our gift to the universe. We are doing what we need to do to become that divine I am. We need to continue to allow the focus to be on, I choose to live in a space where God's miracles guide me every moment. I choose to live in a reality where I am expecting the miracles. I live by the miracles. Yes, of course I get the miracles. They happen so frequently every single day, I can't even keep track of all of them. They're amazing. That is your heritage as child of God. And we love that conventional world. We love it. And we're contributing to its growth and embetterment. But we are still seeing us through the eyes of God, our parent. We're watching ourselves through our parents' eyes. And we're seeing the beauty we are. Ready? All right, let's anchor this in. Just breathe and let a beautiful column of light come over you. Feel in this light a vibration of energy. Father, Mother God, we ask that your presence, your vibration move into each one of these columns of light. So we begin to feel the touch of your frequency to us. It may be soft and gentle. It may be strong. Whatever it is fine. And we are filled with light. And I want you to take a breath. Feel that beautiful love of Jesus Christ by your side. Feel him taking you by the hand. And I want you to see yourself standing in the middle of an ocean with Jesus. Stand on the waters. And there's no land on either side. And you are standing there. And I want Jesus just to open your heart and eyes, and as he does, you can begin to see around you a reality that you can build and enjoy and be a part of. Just allow it, a vision to come forward. You may just see an energy, it doesn't matter. This is a reality that you can experience and enjoy, create with God. And feel the vibration of what is capable, what is possible for you. Breathe it in and become aware that the water is as solid as land. We stand on a truth of energy that is as real as life. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Feel that beautiful love moving through you. And just get back in your column of light with Jesus Christ. Feel the safety of the energy around you. There's only love. There's only peace. I am willing to receive that which is the highest and best for me. I do not have to prove worth, for I am so valuable. I see with my mind's eye the potential of my good. And I love my Father, Mother God. I am spirit. I create matter. I create this reality. God, we love you with all our hearts, and we are so very grateful. Let there be miracles in our lives. Take a breath and send your love into this room. It goes out into your world. Very gently bring your awareness back to the chair where you sit. And you can gently open your eyes. How you feel? Did you feel yourself expand at all? Did you feel the water get solid? It's been solid the whole time, and we didn't know it. Well, let me support you in becoming the miracle makers, the receivers of miracle for your world, and gently allowing the mind and heart to continue to guide you into the infinite potential that your Father, Mother God has for you. Say, yay, God.